Hey guys, wanted to show you what I've been doing on the Caddy for the last few months to get it ready to be the first into the sixes. If you recall, we left off last year at World Cup where we were able to back up our 725 pass from July, but we were struggling a little bit. Got home, pulled the trans out and found the converter had some broken fins. So we sent that off to get fixed. PTC and Dusty Bradford take care of us over there. They're always amazing. For those that don't know, I have a 86 Mustang that it seems like every winter I decide I want to take everything out of the Cadillac, put it in the Mustang, and try and go real fast. This past winter was no different. I had the motor and trans in the Mustang, I built a turbo kit, and even put Marilat torque boxes in the car. It's almost like clockwork. February hits and I start missing on the Cadillac, thinking about the potential it had and how much quicker I could be. And this is when the goal was set. I wanted to be the first into the sixes. There was a lot I wanted to get done, and by waiting till February to get started, I really limited myself on time. The first thing I wanted to address was updating the cage and making it a little bit safer. Being that this was the first time I did any cage work, there was definitely a learning curve involved. But in the end, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I look forward to doing more updates to it in the future. Years back, I made a sunroof delete out of polycarbonate that was really rough, and even actually before that, I tried to weld something in to cover up the sunroof, and that was a mistake because it looked terrible. So I dabble a little bit with carbon fiber. I'm a YouTube professional. So I made a sunroof delete based on the sunroof glass that was in the car originally. And while it's not perfect, I'm also happy with how it turned out for a race car. Now is when the real fun started. With a ton of phone calls and messages to Mike Lau, who I cannot thank enough, and he's been nothing but great since the day I met him, I was able to get the engine rebuilt here in the garage. We made some updates, changed the pistons for a touch more compression, and the biggest thing was switching over to a solid roller cam. One of the changes I debated making was upgrading the heads. These heads have been on the car since 2017. They're the masked black label LS3 255s, and they've been great, but I think we've outgrown them. With getting such a late start, I opted not to make any changes, but this is something I want to look into for the future. Take 4. Being that this is the first engine I've done in a long time, I was pretty nervous. It required a little more fuel and tuning than I anticipated, but once it fired up, it sounded really good. I took the car over to my buddies at Next Gen Built Performance to get it on their hub dyno, do a little bit of tuning, make sure everything was safe, and build some confidence in the engine. We made a quick 1500 horsepower, and then it was time to go shake it down at GLD. We made one full 1/8 mile hit at GLD going 480. Very happy with that. We loaded up, and the plan was to go to US 131 in Michigan, where Sam and the guys have the best surface I've ever been on. We knew if we really wanted to go fast, that was the place to do it. After 2 trips and 6 total passes, we were finally able to keep the nose down, and we made it happen. thank my wife, Katie, enough for putting up with this insanity. Big thanks to David and Alan for everything throughout the years. Couldn't do it without any of you guys. And to everyone else who has helped me along the way, I truly appreciate it. Thank you.